These women you're seeing now are in need of men, and believe it, they can't find them. In various parts of the world, there are countries where the ratio between men and women is completely unbalanced. What does this mean? Simply put, there are many single women, and men are a rarity. But how did this happen? That's what you're going to find out today. So, join us and let's go. Number 7. Estonia. In the heart of the Baltic, Estonia stands out not only for its rich history and stunning landscapes, but also for an intriguing demographic phenomenon. With only 84 men for every 100 women, this small country faces a significant population imbalance. Estonia, with its population of just over 500,000 inhabitants, carries the scars of a tumultuous past. The wars of the 20th century left a deep mark, taking many men and creating a demographic void that persists to this day. But it's not just the past that shapes this reality. The present also has its challenges. Estonian men have a considerably lower life expectancy than women, further widening the disparity. The government, recognizing the gravity of the situation, has implemented innovative policies to stimulate population growth. One of these is offering financial incentives for couples who decide to have children, an attempt to reverse the trend of population decline. Estonian women, known for their beauty and strength of character, find themselves in a peculiar situation. Many dream of starting a family. The scarcity of local partners puts them in a position of searching beyond national borders. This has led to an increase in interest in international relationships, with many Estonian women open to the idea of meeting men from other cultures. For men considering the idea of moving to Estonia, the country offers more than just romantic opportunities. With a growing economy, especially in the technology sector, Estonia positions itself as an innovation hub in Europe. The country is known for its advanced digital approach, being one of the first to implement electronic voting and offer e-residency. Number 6. Finland. Navigating further north, we arrive in Finland, a country that stands out not only for its northern lights and minimalist design, but also for a unique approach to attracting international talent, especially single men. Finnish government, recognizing the need to balance its demographics and boost the economy, offers exceptional working conditions and a high standard of living for qualified professionals willing to settle in the country for at least 5 years. This policy is not just an attempt to fill job vacancies in the labor market, but also a strategy to diversify the population and create new social dynamics. For men considering this opportunity, Finland offers much more than just a job. The country is known for its excellent healthcare system, world-class education, and an enviable work-life balance. Finnish cities like Helsinki regularly rank among the most livable in the world, offering a quality of life few places can match. Finnish culture, although it may initially seem reserved, is deeply welcoming once the initial barriers are overcome. Finns value honesty, punctuality, and respect for nature, values that are reflected in all aspects of daily life. For those concerned about the language barrier, the Finnish government offers subsidized language learning programs, facilitating the integration of newcomers. Additionally, Finland is one of the countries with the highest English proficiency among non-natives, making the transition even smoother for expatriate. Finnish women are increasingly open to intercultural relationships. Have you already subscribed to our channel? If not, take the opportunity now to subscribe and receive content about the biggest curiosities of our world. Now that you've done that, let's continue. Number 5. Russia. Crossing the vast plains and forests of Eurasia, we arrive in Russia, the largest country in the world in terms of land area, and a place where the demographic imbalance between men and women is particularly pronounced. With only 86 men for every 100 women, Russia presents a unique scenario for those seeking to understand gender dynamics on a global scale. Russia's history is marked by events that have drastically shaped its demographic composition. The wars of the 20th century, particularly World War II, left deep scars on the male population. It's estimated that nearly 9 million Soviet soldiers lost their lives during this conflict, creating a demographic void that persists to this day. The Russian president, aware of the demographic challenges faced by the country, has implemented a series of policies aimed at increasing the birth rate. Under the slogan, "A woman is her aspect," the government seeks not only to encourage family formation, but also to value the role of women in contemporary Russian society. Russian women are world-renowned for their beauty and elegance. They invest significantly in their appearance, maintaining high standards of personal care and fashion. Interestingly, many Russian women express a preference for foreign partners. This trend can be attributed to various factors, including the scarcity of local men, the desire to experience different cultures, and the perception that foreign men may offer distinct life perspective. For those considering living in Russia, The country offers a rich and diverse culture, from the impressive cathedrals of Moscow to the vast regions of Siberia. Number 4. Ukraine. In Ukraine, the ratio is 85 men for every 100 women, reflecting a significant imbalance that has deep roots in the country's history. Like Russia, Ukraine suffered massive losses during World War II. The country, strategically located between Central Europe and Russia, was the stage for some of the fiercest battles of the conflict. The Germans, in their march towards Moscow, left a trail of destruction through Ukraine, resulting in the deaths of millions of Ukrainian civilians and soldiers. The legacy of this conflict continues to shape the country's demographics to this day. In addition to the direct losses from the war, primarily in its current situation against Russia, Ukraine faces contemporary challenges that disproportionately affect its male population: alcoholism and smoking, significant social problems, and as we mentioned earlier, the war with Russia, have a greater impact on Ukrainian men, contributing to a lower life expectancy compared to women. Currently, Ukraine faces extreme population decline. Ukrainian women express the desire to form families and build lasting relationships, but the scarcity of local partners leads them to consider options beyond national borders. This has resulted in an increased interest in international relationships, with many Ukrainian women open to the idea of meeting men from other cultures. Number 3. Noiva Cordo Community, Brazil. Our next destination takes us to a surprising and unique place: the small community of Noiva Cordo, located in the interior of Minas Gerais state, Brazil. This village, with only 600 inhabitants, presents an extraordinary demographic situation. The vast majority of its residents are women, many of them young and single. The history of Noiva Cordo is quite peculiar, and you won't believe it. The community was founded in the 1890s by a woman who was expelled from her hometown for adultery. Determined to create a place where women could live by their own rules, she established this unique community that has since been predominantly female. Over the decades, Noiva Cordo has developed a distinct culture and social system. Women assume all leadership and decision-making roles in the community. They are responsible for administration, agriculture, instruction, and maintenance of houses, all aspects of daily life. This dynamic has resulted in a well-organized and prosperous community, challenging many gender stereotypes. Few men who live in Noiva Cordo generally work in neighboring towns, returning to the village only on weekends. This situation has created a significant shortage of potential partners for the young women of the community. Many of these women express the desire to find companions and start families, but local options are extremely limited. Would you venture into the Noiva Cordo community in Brazil? Number 2. Mariana Islands. Now let's travel to the Pacific, where we find the Mariana Islands, a territory that offers a unique perspective on gender imbalance. In this paradise archipelago, the ratio is 756 men for every 1,000 women, creating a fascinating social and cultural dynamic. The Mariana Islands, free associated state of the United States, is a destination that combines breathtaking natural beauty with a unique cultural mix. Although its inhabitants have American passports, they cannot vote in U.S. presidential elections, creating a peculiar political situation. The gender disparity in the Mariana Islands has complex origins. Historical factors, migration patterns, and unequal economic opportunities contributed to this situation. Unlike other places mentioned, where wars and conflicts were the main causes of imbalance, in the Marianas, the dynamic is influenced by employment and migration patterns. For men considering the Mariana Islands as a potential new home, the archipelago offers much more than just paradise beaches and a favorable gender ratio. The local culture is a mixture of Malayo-Polynesian, Spanish-American, and Asian influences. Number 1. Belarus. Returning to Eastern Europe, we arrive in Belarus, a country that, like its neighbors, faces a significant demographic imbalance. With only 87 men for every 100 women, Belarus presents a scenario that reflects both its turbulent history and its contemporary challenges. The history of Belarus is intrinsically linked to the conflicts that swept Europe in the 20th century. World War II, in particular, had a devastating impact on the country's male population. Millions of Belarusians lost their lives during the conflict, leaving a demographic void that persists to this day. Beyond the historical legacy, Belarus faces contemporary challenges that increase the gender imbalance. The life expectancy of Belarusian men is significantly lower than that of women. While women live on average up to 75 years, men have a life expectancy of only 63 years. This disparity is attributed to a series of factors, including high rates of alcoholism, smoking, and stressful working conditions in heavy industries. Population aging is another significant challenge that Belarus faces. Projections indicate that by 2050, the median age of the population could reach 51 years, which puts additional pressure on the country's health and pension system. This aging trend, combined with the low birth rate, creates a complex demographic scenario for the nation's future. If you consider Belarus as a potential new home, Belarusian cities, such as Minsk, the capital, surprise visitors with their impressive architecture, well-maintained parks, and a vibrant cultural scene. The relatively low cost of living compared to other European countries can be an interesting attraction. Which of these countries made you most want to visit after learning about this? Well, tell me down here in the comments. Take the opportunity to click on this video because I've selected it especially for you. Well, that's it for now, and see you next time. Curious one.